it's Candus, and in today's QuickBooks tips and tricks, we are going to talk about classes. So classes are typically used if you have rental properties or multiple locations, or for example, recently I was working with a nonprofit and they had an operating account and a fundraising account. And so she mixed it all together, and then at the end of the year when she went to pull her profit and loss so she could do her reports, everything was commingled. And so I said, you know, if you set up classes, it would actually pull your profit and loss where each column shows up. So let's go look at my computer and I'm gonna teach you how to set up classes. The first step I want to show you is actually what the report is going to look like. I mentioned it in the video, but I want to show you what it looks like. So you go to Reports, Company and Financial, Profit and Loss by Class, and then you'll know if you even need this or not based on what it looks like. So what you'll see, I'm going to go up and hit Collapse right here. So this makes it easier to read. You can see each of these up here on the top is what's considered a class. So in this example, this is a sample file that QuickBooks makes, and this is a design, landscaping, maintenance, overhead, and then what's considered unclassified, meaning it hasn't been put into a class, and total. So what I recommend that you do is you just check and see, well, what do you need separate columns to show you? For example, you'll see total income and it's broke down into each category, and then at the end it's totaled. And then at the very bottom, you get net income, landscaping, maintenance, whatever. You can make these property addresses. So it could be 1234 Main Street, 567 A Street, whatever you want it to be. And the way you would do that is you can go up first to make sure that you have classes set up within QuickBooks. You're going to go under Edit Preferences. You're going to go up to Accounting, click on Company Preferences, and you will see that it says Use Class Tracking for Transactions. Transactions, you're going to want to check that. And then right below it, it says Prompt to Assign Classes. What that means is if you check that, you will not have, click OK, you will not have the unclassified as often because QuickBooks will actually remind you to choose classes. Now, since we are almost to the month of September when I'm recording this, you're going to want to make sure that the period of time, you don't want to choose to do classes mid-year. You'll want to go back and redo each transaction to set your classes up. Let me show you what that looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and click the little X. If you're in using Inner Bills, where you're going to select the class is going to be over here on the right. You'd select which class. And you can do it by each individual expense. So say you're entering one bill for multiple locations, you choose the expense category, the dollar amount that goes there, and then the class you want it to go to. If you're in creating an invoice, there are going to be a couple places you want to select the classes. Up at the top, you're going to choose the class, and then you can actually choose the class by each individual item. And if you're inside doing record deposit, you're going to want to make sure you select your class over here on the side, as well as when you're in using your write checks, the classes are going to be over here on the side. Now, one little tricky spot is when you're in writing using the check register, you want to make sure you'll notice classes don't show up in here. What you're going to do is click on splits, and then your classes are going to be over here on the right. So if you want to go in and make any adjustments to your classes, you go under Lists, Class List. It will show you all your classes. If you want to add one, you can just go down here to the bottom and click New. Control N is the shortcut key. And you can just add whatever class you want. So let's just say we want to add 1234 Main Street. Now it shows up. I can close that. Let's create a check for it. So you would put in which bank account, just like normal. All this is normal. You can click where you want it to go. Oops. Put your $12 in, say bank service charges here. And then you're going to want to click your class. And you can put it towards 1234 Main Street if that's where it goes. And you click Save and Close. And it's that simple and easy. It'll take a little extra time, but it'll make your reports way easier to read in the future, which I'm all about learning how to manage QuickBooks so you can manage and grow your business. Click on By Class. And now you'll notice here's your 1234 Main Street. I'm going to click Collapse again so it's easier to read. Here is your bank service charges. Once you had any income in, it would actually give you your own separate profit and loss for that one location. Now here's a little trick. If you go under Customize Reports and you go under Filters, you can actually go down by class and select which class you want to show up. Click OK, and it will give you a P&L only with that class in it. You go back up to Customize. You could change your header and footer to say which class it's for if you want. And then you can go back over to your classes and you can decide multiple classes, just one or the other. And what it will do is you can actually pull a P&L just by that. And then if you want everything to show up, we'll remove this. I clicked the wrong button. That's okay. Filters. We want the classes removed. That's the cool thing about QuickBooks. You can fix anything. Go back under classes. If you click total only will show the total. Go back down to classes here, and it shows you them again. So I hope this tip has been beneficial. If you have any questions about how to use the classes, please leave a comment below. If you like this video and you know somebody who could benefit from it, please share it, and don't forget to subscribe. Talk to you guys next week. Take care. Bye-bye.